good friend of mine is lending me his tractor with a auger on it. So that's my goal this spring. Number one, to build a shed, but number two is to fence in. I got a few posts in last year, and I got some bird houses up the end of the fences went in last year, fence posts, just before the ground froze, and then this year I got some bird houses up. I transplanted this fig tree from an old friend who has passed away. George Missios had this tree grown in his yard, and I was able to transplant it. I unfortunately lost a lot of roots, and as you can see, some of the stems are dried out on the end, but you can see the leaves are starting to sprout, and it looks like so far I'm showing good success with the fig tree. I don't know what type it is, but I'm very hopeful that it makes it. I just feel very fortunate that I was able to obtain it, and I wrapped it over the winter. And that may have helped it a little bit. It does seem like it's responding and coming back to life after I was a little bit worried there for a while. But that's our fig tree, and I put that in as one of our peas. So back there you've got the seaberry, and you've got this apple tree as a A. It's the cane we just talked about, and then the fig tree I put in as a P. So the NAP pattern, you can substitute. Probably for the A's too, but I've been substituting instead of just pears. I've been putting. I've got a fig tree. I've got peaches. I got a cherry tree. Mostly plums and pears, but I have been substituting. This is one of the trees I have caged. I see a couple of larger gypsy moths on this tree. And like I said, the apple trees have been the ones where I've had the most trouble. And I've just been, like I said, I've been picking those off and killing them. But I've been working all week, and I haven't been out here. And I'm gonna spray again, just based on what I've seen. It did seem to help initially, but I'm still getting problems with gypsy moths, and I'm just worried these trees are so young. This tree I planted last spring, but you can see the leaves. The gypsy moths have just been caterpillars. Have just been really doing a number on the tree, and I hope it doesn't affect the long-term health of the tree. I don't really know. I don't have enough experience with it. I've heard full-size trees, they can withstand this for maybe 3 years. Here's another really good-sized caterpillar. So most of them have been smaller than this, but this one's pretty good size. So I think he's been feeding pretty healthily on these trees, but I am happy overall with the growth I've been getting this spring. It seems like certainly the rain has been doing well. This is a Freedom apple tree. It's another disease-resistant variety. I noticed that when I've been digging, there's been a large amount of rocks. Now we live in New England, and we have many rocks in the ground. Anybody that's ever dug a hole in New England knows that we're just loaded. And my plan was to put plastic down for mulch, and then plant shrubs and perennials around. But I'm noticing just so many rocks in the ground that if I put plastic in, I'm going to be ripping the plastic out just to be able to dig. So I'm figuring out how I'm going to work that. I'm thinking I'm going to just plant trees. This is a jostaberry that I put in. It was actually a free plant when I put my order in with Raintree. They sent me this jostaberry. I've never had a jostaberry, but I'll see how that works out. Looks like it's doing fine right now. Overall, I'm pleased with how the orchard's doing. This is a pear tree. Overall, the pear trees, I guess the caterpillars like them the least because they seem to not like the pear trees all that much, although there is a pretty large caterpillar on. Now they get a lot bigger than this if you've never seen them before, but that's the biggest. These three I showed on this video, the biggest I've seen so far this spring. There's a local nursery that I bought this tree from. This is a Asian pear. It's pretty good size. I hadn't made many purchases from local nurseries just due to the fact that you know, the expense. They're a lot more expensive when you buy from a local nursery. When you buy them bare root on the big nurseries online, they tend to be much cheaper. But I got this one at the end of the spring, and it was on clearance. It was at half price. I still think I paid maybe $35 for it, but it's good sized, and I'm hopeful. It seems to be doing well. I was a little nervous when I put it in. It had some damage to the bark on the trunk, and you can see that there. But it seems to be performing well. I need to trim these lower branches or suckers off because they're not helping the tree, and I want the energy to go into the upper branches. So I need to get after that. There's no shortage of things to do. This is the peach tree that I put in last June. It's doing really well. Peach tree seems to be another one that the gypsy moths don't care for. And as I say that, I'm seeing a pretty good sized gypsy moth caterpillar here on the vole guard. But for the most part, the leaves are not. The leaves are healthy. They haven't been picked over. The apple trees is definitely where I'm having the most trouble. And as you can see, the underside of the leaves, if you can see, that's where they like to sit and eat. So I've got one more day of work, and then I've got a few weeks off. It's another seaberry I put in this spring. Titan seaberry. It's a different kind, but it's pretty good size. I'm hopeful that things are going to turn out well. That's one of the birdhouses I put in.